And last night he got a touchdown, and he can be a workhorse. He and Jenkins in the backfield, what a combination.
Yeah, definitely a good combination when you want to have a dual, double backs nowadays in football, not just at the college and pro level. You see it in the high school level having one, two, not just one, but 2 or 3 different running backs to carry the load.
Gilby White on the left side from Marsilia, crossing the 50, the 45-yard line. And you hear the bells ringing here on the Crusader Way is what they call it. We're at Rocco Stenzio Field, our stadium, and today a lot of people come back, but I'm sure there will be a few like last night that didn't get a chance to come back here today. Maybe Saturday plans, they can catch it here live on ABC.
And it was homecoming. I mean, you figure all the festivities that took place here, and now that kind of goes away a little bit.
It's going to be second down. Let's call it 3. 2nd and 3. Ball will be spotted on the 45-yard line for Bishop McDevitt. The give is to Robinson. Robinson across the 30-yard line. Sometimes in this, he's untouchable. Across the 20. Puts a stiff arm, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Vita. And he really looks fresh right now. Vita, correction on that, and he knocks him out of bounds. But Robinson looks very fresh. Jerome, we talked about it last night.
Yeah, he definitely looks fresh. And I think the concern for Cedar Cliff was on the 2 drives that Bishop McDevitt did have yesterday. They were unstoppable. I mean, they scored really quickly, and you see the game plan is to get the ball out of get the ball into the receiver's hands very quickly. You see Marcellus getting the ball out fast.
First and goal. Ball on the 10-yard line. Give to Robinson. Robinson bounces out left, looking for room on the left side. If you're just tuning in with us, this is a repeat from last night. Bishop McDevitt 14-7. They're driving the ball on the 7-yard line. We had a power outage last night. This game was a Keystone matchup that was highly anticipated. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter because we started at 5:29 to play. We picked it up from that point. We'll be back with more high school sports live after this message.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
You already know your Giant bonus card is a great way to bag real savings on groceries. But it does so much more, like helping you pump up your fuel discount with Gas Extra Rewards. Just by using your Giant bonus card, you'll save 10 cents per gallon for every $100 you spend. So the more you buy, the more you save. Gas Extra Rewards, fueled by Giant.
Welcome back. 14-7 Bishop McDevitt. They are driving, and we're starting the second quarter. We're here at Hortensio Stadium. This is a Keystone matchup. Bishop McDevitt undefeated. Cedar Cliff, 1 loss. Last year this was a triple overtime game. It's 14-7. There was a fumble if you're just tuning in with us. Bishop McDevitt had the ball from their own 1-yard line. They fumbled in their end zone. Cedar Cliff recovered, punched it in 1 play later. And just like that, Marsilia is back on the board. That's going to be a touchdown. He teams up with his tight end. And the bells are ringing here in Bishop McDevitt because that is exactly what they needed, Jerome. Just to kind of stop that little bit of that momentum that Cedar Cliff had. That's Bryce Hall on the touchdown. He's a junior. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. Marsilia throws a great ball. Touchdown. So they've had the ball 3 times in 2 nights.
And 3 times in 2 nights.
And they've scored 3 times.
Right. And for Cedar Cliff, it's really difficult when you haven't been able to stop any phase of Bishop McDevitt's offense at this moment.
Nixon's point after's up and good. 21-7. Take another look at it. We'll be back after these messages.
Karen has 459 friends. but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
Mixon set to kick. Ball takes a bounce. It's going to be fielded by Lober. And he's going to maybe pick up 1 or 2. Great special teams coverage by Bishop McDevitt. 21-7 right now. Colts picked the ball up on a fumble, punched it in.
But before that, you know, the Colts did establish some really good offensive rhythm coming off of last night. And then, you know, a couple of negative plays took them back, but then they were able to get the break on defense. So, again, you're only down 21-7. You're still in the game. You don't have to abandon your game plan. We talk about the athletes that Bishop McDevitt has. The Colts have athletes, too, so they can score quickly as well.
Wow, coming up out of nowhere. Brenneman was going to make the tackle. For Bishop McDevitt was number 31, Salamone.
And as you can see, Bishop McDevitt still coming with pressure. They're still coming up. You see the linebacker does a middle blitz through the A-gap, comes right up in the quarterback's face, doesn't allow Brenneman time to step up to deliver a throw. So you see the game plan from last night still is the same. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And that means run blitzing, and when you get an opportunity, bring some extra guys in the rush to disrupt that passing game from Cedar Cliff.
Second down 15 for Cedar Cliff. Brenneman throws that slant that he did last night, and they're not going to catch Malone. He's crossing the 40, crossing the 30 and 20. He is very fast. Touchdown, Cedar Cliff, right back at you. And they're not going anywhere right now, Jerome.
2 plays ago, I talked about the big play capabilities that Cedar Cliff has, and you see it right there. Quick slant to number 13, Malone. He turns on the Jets, and he outruns a lot of these athletes from Bishop McDevitt. Well-designed play. Brenneman's pass, that's what you do when you want to put the ball in the gut of the receiver as he's in stride. And Malone just takes off and puts on the Jets, outruns the entire defense.
Well, Brenneman got enough time. He's really impressed us. He threw the ball on the money to Malone. That's the same play they hooked up last night to drive over the midfield.
And Brenneman is let's talk about that. He's a sophomore. He's a sophomore with the poise that he has shown up to this point.
We'll be back with more after these messages.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Ruff Tractor celebrates its 55th year in business, serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Yes, sir.
85-yard hookup from Brenneman to Malone. And just like that, Cedar Cliff's put another 7 on the boards, 21-14. There is something really special about the Cedar Cliff team. Under new head coach Colin Gillian, they are here to play. You do wonder about getting a second chance to look at game film too, Jerome. I mean, that all comes to play. From my coaching experience, game film, if I could watch it and stopped it in the middle and watched it and then made a decision, I would have too. You know, and it's very helpful. And this probably plays a little bit into Cedar Cliff's hands.
Well, you talk about game film. I think what's really important, and we talked about it at the start, was that not only do you get an opportunity to see game film, you actually get the exact game plan for this game.
Right.
And when you get a redo, you get to see everything. You at least got to see 2 possessions, both offensive and defensive, from this Bishop McDevitt team. But Bishop McDevitt has gotten that same game plan as well. So you have the psyche, Bishop McDevitt coming in saying, you know what, we were dominating, we're good.
Right.
You got Cedar Cliff coming in like, okay, we were down 14-0, but look at what we can improve on and try to, one of the things is just making sure you tackle these playmakers when they make the plays. I think that's the first thing. You don't want to turn a long gain into a longer gain by a missed tackle.
Shotgun formation for Marsilio. He's got plenty of time, goes over the top. And at the last minute, Malone got a hand on it, but that was to Kobe White. He is his premier receiver with over 10 touchdowns and 1,000 yards on the year for White. And last week, Marsilio went over 1,000 yards at Susquehanna Township. He teamed up for 6 total touchdowns.
But this is Malone coming over, reading the eyes of the quarterback, making a really good play, showing that range from the secondary, and coming up and getting that hand up. He saw a pick. He almost had an opportunity to make a pick, but he makes a good play breaking up that play.
Let's catch you up on possessions. McDevitt has had it 3 times, has scored all 3 times, but Cedar Cliff has scored 2 out of 3 on their possessions.
But we can't forget the one possession where McDevitt lost the fumble right at the end zone.
That's right, so let's go. Right now they're 2 for 4 in the possession. Right side, Andre Robinson on the carry. Hit and met by the whole really left side of the offensive line by Cedar Cliff.
And again, you see the Colts defense really coming up to play on that play, making a tackle, and that's what you have to do. You have to wrap these backs and receivers. The receivers are very, very quick. They may not be big, but they're quick, and the running backs both have size for Bishop McDevitt. And I'm talking about 210 pounds and 225 pounds. You cannot arm tackle those guys.
Garrett Villar comes up to make the tackle. It's 3rd down, 7 for Bishop McDevitt. Good ball's going to move the chains. Caught. I tell you, one of the things I'm impressed with is how Marsilio spreads the ball around the field. Here he goes to Bryce Hall. He teamed up for a touchdown on the last possession to Bryce Hall. And Malone comes up to make the tackle.
And Malone's getting a lot of work on both sides of the ball. Good short tackle. You're going to give up some plays. And sometimes it may go for 10. But you don't want to let, like I said, you don't want to let those 10-yard plays go for 55-yard plays by a missed tackle. So Malone is able to hold up the receiver and allow the rest of his defense to come and make the tackle.
1st down, Marsilio, the give is to Robinson over the right side. And Robinson grinds out for about 6. Make it 2nd down and 4 for Bishop McDevitt.
And there you see just a give up right up the middle, and a host of Colts make the play on the tackle. Nate Markley definitely leads the charge on that one to make the tackle.
The Crusader crowd picking it up here a little bit, cheering on their team. 2nd down and 4. And that's going to move the chains. That's a very nice ball going right back to Hall is Marsilio.
Well, I think one of the concerns that Cedar Cliff may have, you're rushing 4. They're not getting much pressure on Marsilio. Marsilio's able to sit back and kind of pick apart that defense. And one of the things that we talked about before the game was, will Cedar Cliff be in more of a man look or zone look? And you see on that play, it seemed like it was more of a zone. Rush 4, put a lot of guys in coverage, but you have Marsilio and his ability to pick apart a defense. He did very good on that play.
Cover 2. Kobe White slung from Marsilio across the 50. Crowd is getting behind him. He's going to take it to the 25-yard line of Cedar Cliff and a red zone opportunity for Bishop McDevitt. Boy, Kobe has some, it's what he does after the catch, Jerome, that makes him so definitely set for the next level, Division I level. Yeah, definitely. The breaking of tackles and elusiveness that he brings is very difficult. And as you can see, and we're seeing that across the nation, the move to the spread attack, to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers early in the possession. 1st down and 10 from the 25. Robinson is going to pick up 5, call it 6. He's going to be wrestled down by Demi for the Colts. Demi playing both ways well. That's one thing we see about the Colts. We see a lot of their guys playing both sides of the ball. Well, you see Markley coming up as well. That slowed Robinson up. Coming up and getting some good penetration from that defensive end position. Twin receiver to the right and a single receiver to the left from Marsilio. Robinson to his left. Not much room for Marsilio, and he's going to be, or excuse me, for Robinson, and he's going to be just stood up by really that whole right side of the defense for the Cedar Cliff.
Yeah, and in defense, they come up, make a tackle, good play. Actually, a loss of probably a yard would bring up a third down. So, again, a good opportunity for the Colts to see if they can stop the momentum of this Cedar Cliff or this Bishop McDevitt offense. And right now, you know, you don't want to allow another score. You're still in the game, 21-14. Your offense has shown that it can strike as well. Now you definitely have to try to get a stop on defense.
Jenkins a single back now. Marsilio over the top to Hall. Hall's going to pick up the first down in the slant. He's going to be tackled, wrestled down by Lower.
And again, no pressure up front. So Marsilio is able to sit back. There's no one within 7 yards of Marsilio when he gets that ball and he delivers that pass. So right now he's clean. So at some point, the coaching staff for Cedar Cliff may start to dial up some pressure to see if they can get some pressure and, you know, at least get in the face and throw off that rhythm a little bit.
Who wants the touchdown is the chant here at Bishop McDevitt. Marsilio, shotgun, going to give it to Robinson. Robinson's going to grind and spin around and try to make a couple more. He's going to lose a yard, or maybe not even get back to the line of scrimmage, so he'll lose a yard on that. It'll be second down for Bishop McDevitt. It's going to be second and goal.
And Shoppard on the play comes up, number 8, from his linebacker position, and he makes a good play on the defense and able to, you know, shut down Robinson on that run. And he has a host of, and that's what you want to see. You know, one guy makes the initial hit, but you're seeing 4 or 5 Colts now converging. So you can see the game plan there. They're trying to make sure we get to the ball and make the tackle.
Marsilio with all kinds of time going in the end zone. Go throw it over the top to Kobe White. It's going to be incomplete. He had Kobe for a split second. I see what he's going to do. He's going to back to the pylon in the back corner. And he threw the ball kind of where you want it, Jerome.
Just overthrows Kobe a little bit. Ball gets away from him. He did have a step on the coverage. By Vitti, he was there, but he, you know, a better throw would have resulted in a possible touchdown.
Third down and goal for Bishop McDevitt. Midway through the second quarter. Marcello's going to step up in the pocket and make it happen. It's a touchdown. Bishop McDevitt, what a great play by the quarterback. But he takes a hit, and they're calling out for boy, oh boy, he took a terrible hit. But he hooks up with Kyrie Calais.
And there you see some of the fans for Bishop McDevitt. You get to see the replay at home to see exactly what happened. Marsilio steps up and then delivers a ball, and he definitely takes a shot. He had a defensive player right around the ankles, and then someone comes up high and makes a hit. And it's a legal hit on that play, and there you see Marsilio goes down.
But I think he had his hand tucked in the inside. If you look again, just right there, right when that helmet came in, I don't think it was his throwing hand. I think it was his left hand that went down, and I think he got the helmet to the hand, if I'm not.
Well, he's getting up. On November 4th, vote Ron Marsico. Ron is protecting our families, getting Pennsylvanians back to work, and making government work for us. A proven record, a trusted name, paid for by the friends of Ron Marsico. Penn National Insurance and Inservco Insurance Services are teaming up to help all drivers feel secure. Drivers who text while driving are putting themselves and others in dangerous path. Don't text and drive. To feel more secure, read our driver safety tips by going to www.pennnationalinsurance.com. Driver safety comes first.
HoffmanFord.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Well, the point after was good. Bishop McDevitt 28-14 here. Keystone matchup.
And the sun is out. It's like summertime here right now.
Yeah, it was chilly last night and chilly to start this game, but now we're getting some beautiful sunshine shining. And it's kind of a new day here, but Bishop McDevitt has scored 3 of the last 5 possessions. Call it 4 of the last 5. They had a fumble in their own end zone, and Cedar Cliff cashed in. Mixon set to kick. The ball's going to go out of bounds. Cedar Cliff should have good field position.
And again, Cedar Cliff, you know, they've shown that they can put the points on the board pretty quickly. So they've been able to, you know, we're seeing Brenneman showing that he can really be a poised quarterback, delivering the ball very well. I do not think they have to abandon the running game with Jaden Demi right now. I mean, you still are in the game. You're down 2 touchdowns. He is a huge key to your offense and their ability to move the ball. So you definitely want to get him going in the run game.
Well, as you said, Demi left the side, breaks a few tackles, crosses the 45-yard line. There he'll be wrestled down by Jenkins.
I mean, you have this big offensive line. I mean, these kids get a lot of push. They're good size up front. Demi's a good size back, and you definitely want to keep the ball in his hands as much as possible. So getting him started, getting him a carry, he breaks tackles, moves forward, he's able to get the first down. That's what you want. 11 yards on a first down run. That's exactly good and what you're looking for from your run game.
And that was Greg Artis-Payne correction on the tackle. Demi to the left side, going to be hit by a lot of the Crusaders, taken down, and didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. There's going to be a yard. He's going to lose a yard there.
And you see those linebackers firing in the A gap, right in the middle of the defense to come up and make the play on Demi.
Good shot of Alex Marcico on the number 9. Brenneman under center. He goes play action. He's going to roll to the right side. He's going to overthrow his intended receiver.
And that's one of those situations where you definitely want the ball when it hits your hands. You want it in there and haul it in. It definitely was a little high. And then you see the play action. You want to try to slow up that pass rush from Bishop McDevitt, especially because they're bringing some extra defenders, linebackers coming from the outside and inside.
Just overthrew him. It's a great shot right now. Right in the screen there, right in the living room. Shotgun for Brenneman. He's going to have to roll out with the pressure coming on. He's done a really good job avoiding that pressure. He's going to throw over top. Really smart play, but was there? Oh, there's flags down. So is that
could be a holding penalty?
Is that going to be a holding penalty against Bishop McDevitt? Yeah, and that would be on JoJo Heaton's side. We'll have to see what the call is. Crusaders are pleading their case, got their hands up, going, what's going on here? I don't know that I did anything. Yeah, they're going to call it on the defense. And we got a personal foul.
Roughing the passer.
So we had a holding call on the defense and a roughing the passer.
And they'll take the roughing the passer because that's an automatic 15. And a first down, so they'll definitely take that for Cedar Cliff. So you get a chance to see Brenneman avoids the rush, and then he's going to throw it out of bounds, make a good play, and then he gets hit. And at that point, you can't touch the quarterback. The ball was out at least a second, after the throw. So you don't want to put your hands on the quarterback and make a decision like that. So I know I can hear the fans aren't necessarily happy with that call.
First down and 10. Red zone opportunity for Cedar Cliff. The ball spot on the 25-yard line. Sun is shining bright and beautiful here at Artenzio Stadium. The give is Jaden Demi. Demi's going to pick up 5, crosses the 20-yard line.
And again, you want to get the ball into your playmaker. Demi goes straight north-south. That's the one thing I like about him. You don't see a lot of wasted movement to the east or east and west. It's pretty much north-south. He gets the ball, makes a cut, and he's getting north-south pretty quickly. So that's what you like out of your back, especially a back of his size. You know, you have Demi, he's 5'9", 190 pounds. He's a real solid five. He actually looks bigger than 190. When you look at him on the field, he looks a lot bigger than that.
Jackson came up to make the tackle. Second down, going over the top. In the end zone, it's going to be a touchdown. Beautiful laid ball right in the hands of receiver. Brenneman is something very special right now. He's going to hook up with Vita for the touchdown. I mean, look at the ball. Throws it absolutely beautiful.
Look at the catch.
And it was actually very good coverage.
Good coverage. You know, you see that's just a really good ball and catch right there. And we're seeing a barn burner here right now as far as scoring. It's very similar to last year. You know, and right now Cedar Cliff they're showing they can continue they can match what McDevitt's doing offensively. Their key is, can they get a stop? If they can get a stop, they feel they could probably be in this game and maybe get even, if not take control.
Joey Galucci's kick is, well, there was penalty, there's flags down. They're going to have to redo it the point after. But right now, you cannot believe the play by just, I mean, we are seeing a poised sophomore right now, and Marsilia is an amazing quarterback in himself. We're seeing two great quarterbacks. Stay tuned. We'll have more right after this. Take a look at this throw.
No matter the season, when it's time to gear up, you've got to get to Kelly's Sports. Kelly's Sports. Top quality sports equipment for the field, the rink, the court, and more. Matched with the experience and knowledge to help you get the winning edge. Plus all the latest styles from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. And the large selection of name brand athletic footwear. Local sports team members get 10% off all purchases. Kelly's Sports. In the High Point Commons, Harrisburg. Or visit online at kellysports.com.
You already know your Giant bonus card is a great way to bag real savings on groceries. But it does so much more, like helping you pump up your fuel discount with Gas Extra Rewards. Just by using your Giant bonus card, you'll save 10 cents per gallon for every $100 you spend. So the more you buy, the more you save. Gas Extra Rewards, fueled by Giant.
28-21, we've got a great game here in the Keystone matchup. Neither team wants to yield. Cedar Cliff is coming right back. Brenneman leading a nice charge. Hooks up with VT for a touchdown. That's 28-21. He's hooked up with Malone. He's hooked up with VT.
And I tell you, VT's showing good play on both sides of the ball. I mean, you're seeing him everywhere on the defensive side and in coverage, and you're seeing him on the offensive side able to do some things. Him and Malone are going both ways, and they're showing their athleticism matching up against a very good athletic Bishop McDevitt team.
Jerron Scott had pretty good coverage on that last play by Bishop McDevitt, but the ball was just thrown that well. Lucy set the kick. Kyrie Calley will take the ball over the 25, over the 30-yard line. He'll be drugged down by number 9 on Cedar Cliff. Coming up to make that was Christian McDonald making the tackle for special teams for Cedar Cliff.
And again, you get north-south of the kick return game. And I'll tell you what, Todd, one of the things that we saw, I remember this seems very similar to, like I said, last year, where you saw Bishop McDevitt would score, Cedar Cliff would answer, and it go back and forth. What turned the tide in that game was turnovers. Right. So you saw Cedar Cliff was able to cause some turnovers in their own side of the field. I mean, they were 3 turnovers was inside the 30-yard line. So if they can get turnovers, they may have an opportunity to kind of see if they can turn the tide.
Marsilio delivers his ball a little bit high to Calley. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Bishop McDevitt. We're in the late second quarter.
And again, Todd, it's all about trying to get pressure on Marsilio. I mean, right now, he is having all day to throw back there. And again, it's easy for a quarterback to get in the rhythm when there's no one in his face.
Let's see if Cedar Cliff can bring a little more pressure. It's a tough offensive line they're going against.
It is. It is. And I think, you know, they're playing coverage. So right now they're content with rushing the 4 and trying to play coverage in the back end.
It was absolutely beautiful hands by Andre Robinson, was it not? Beatty tackles him, drags him out of bounds, but you see it, he pulls it in by one hand.
Right.
He's a very skilled player.
And I think the one thing, you know, we get so enamored by his running ability that you forget he does very well in the passing game, especially in the screen game, because of his vision, his ability to make defenders miss and his strength, because he doesn't go down usually on the first tackle. So if you can get the ball in his hands, for him, this is somewhat of a coming out party. He's fresh. He's been sidelined since week 1. So, you figure he's healthy now and ready to roll.
Let's talk about that offensive line. Mitchell, Ward, Long, Lewis, Rector, Pulaski, Salomon is the up front guys for Bishop McDevitt. They've been doing it all year long.
And you see Cole Whalen on that play, along with Nate Markley, make a good play, defense combo, making the tackle. Also coming up, number 22, Jordan Stiles, is able to fill too. So you're seeing, again, rally to the ball. That's what Cedar Cliff wants to do, rally to the ball, make the tackle.
Marsilio hooking up with Kobe White. Kobe White still on his feet. We thought he was going to be taken down. Eventually he's going to be dragged down by Vitti.
Yep. And trying to get the extra yards, actually he lost a yard on the play.
Flags are down on the play, but that's going to go against Bishop McDevitt. It's going to be holding on that offensive line.
So again, when you have a quarterback that's getting the ball out as fast as he is, you want to tighten up the coverage of your defense, tighten up the coverage, but you have to make the tackle. Again, spread offenses are predicated on getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly and into the hands of your playmakers, because they're most likely your faster, better athletes on the team, quicker athletes. Let me not better, because some of those big guys up front, we know how good they are.
Right.
But they're usually your quicker athletes, good hands, good feet, good elusiveness, and get the ball in their hands very quickly. But if your Cedar Cliff defensive backs have to continue to make the tackle.
Second down, they're backed up, 2nd and 20.
That's the pressure that Cedar Cliff is looking for.
But Marsilio got the ball away.
Wow. Wow. Cedar Cliff got exactly what they were looking for with pressure, but they couldn't bring down Marsilio, and he's able to deliver a ball downfield.
He managed to find Chad Cortez, the junior, 6'2", 190 pounds, because he was elusive getting away from it. That's the second time we've seen him make a play today where he gets away and avoids the rush, creates something, and look at that. Hooks up with Chad Cortez.
I mean, that's just, the defense was there. I mean, you got to make the play.
Marsilio going back to that Weller's flag's down. He was going to go back to that right side with that little bit of that bubble coming back with that screen setup for Kobe White, and kind of overthrew him. Well, he did. So flags are down. Let's see, that's going to go against Bishop McDevitt. Right now, a little bit of a turn in momentum right now for Bishop McDevitt.
Yeah, it is, and again, that last play, we talked about pressure. Number 85, Charles Gaza, gets in. He does. He gets in there, actually has Marsilio in the grasp. What a big play that would have been for Cedar Cliff. And then he's not able to get him to the ground, and as a result, you see the big play downfield.
Giazza's listed at 230 pounds. He's 6'2". He's a big kid.
Yeah, Giazza, he's a very big kid, and again, you wanted that pressure from your defensive end, and he finally gives it to you. But you definitely want to bring these ball carriers down, especially the quarterback, when you have a chance to get a sack. So he's definitely salivating, wanting to get an opportunity to get that chance again.
First down is still 15 yards for Marsilio. We'll throw it over top, and will there be flags? Yeah, there will be. It's going to be pass interference from Cedar Cliff. He's going to Bryce Hall. Marsilio tried to hook up the Hall. He had double coverage over on that right side. But it looks like somebody got hands in there. We'll take a look at it again.
It looks like it was Harry Lober. He was kind of face guarding on the play, and I think that you have to turn around and get your eyes around on the ball. You can't face guard like that, and as a result, you get the penalty. And remember, in high school, that's 15 yards. It's not a spot foul, so it's not going to be where the penalty took place.
Rector and Marsilio talk it over. There's a nice shot of the crowd. You can see the sunshine, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Bishop McDevitt. Late second quarter action. We're running on generators here in all kinds of places. No scoreboard, if you're wondering at home. Marsilio to Hall. Now Hall's helmet came off. That means he's going to have to come out for a play.
And again, you see Marsilio just reading the zone. He's able to come back. The zone, you know, Cedar Cliff's playing that zone in the back end. You see the soft spot in the zone, gets the catch and get upfield for the first down.
Cole Whalen come up to make the tackle for Cedar Cliff.
Pac Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their retirement savings. Do you have a game plan for retirement? Steve Marazzo is a local advisor who listens and cares. No account too small or large. Call Steve Marazzo at 564-6400. Ask about a free, no-obligation retirement projection. True Vision Realtors is the most enthusiastic and innovative real estate firm in Central PA, offering multiple programs from for sale by owner to full service. There are locally family communities they service for your buying and selling needs. To cast a true vision for your housing future, call Nick and Jody Pendolino at 717-925-9095.
(28-21), first down and 10. The ball's going to be spotted at the 18-yard line for Bishop McDevitt. They got trip receivers, 3 receivers to the left side and a single onto the right. The give is to Robinson. Robinson's going to bounce out to the left side, what he loves to do. Going to cross over, pick up about 7, call it 8. The ball will be spotted on the 12-yard line for Bishop McDevitt. They're knocking on the door again.
And that's good hard running by Robinson. You see Demi comes up, running back meets running back. He's also a defensive player. He comes up, misses the tackle, but does enough for the rest of his defense to come along and make the play. And on a tackle, Garrett Villar also makes the play. 6'3", 262 pounds.
Some good-sized kids.
Good size. I mean, I'll tell you what, that's the one thing.
Roster.
Cedar Cliff can match McDevitt when it comes to size and power. They definitely have it. And you're showing, you know, you're seeing that they have an ability to score. It's 28-21. I mean, this is right now as a ball game.
First down and 15. Marsilio with time, looking to the end zone. He's got Kobe White. Oh, just overthrew him just a little bit. And what Kobe laid out for that one.
And again, Marsilio's able to come back and just set his feet, gets a little bit away from him, the ball does. White's not able to bring it in. It would have been a big play. And it's second down and a lot for this Bishop McDevitt team.
Kobe, he really wanted that one. I tell you what, he's a dynamic receiver. Second down, 15 to ball. The 28. Marsilio with time, looking over the middle, is going to overthrow Kobe White. Demi on the cover.
You see that secondary for Cedar Cliff, at times they do have some really good coverage back there. I mean, you see, you know, number 6, Vides, is really covering a lot of ground. Demi's back there with him. And, you know, and you got a lot of players there. Noah Malone on one side, and you have Lobar in the other side. So those guys are athletes, and they're trying to match up, and at times they're doing a good job.
Marsilio rolls out to his right. He's very dangerous when he does. He looked downfield, intended receiver was Hall. Just ran out a little bit of real estate and throws the ball out of bounds. Just makes a great play rolling out to the right with that pressure. Cedar Cliff got some very, well, they're rushing 3. They get some pressure from his right side.
And this brings up a fourth down. What a stop this will be for Cedar Cliff if they can come up with the stop. Now, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm looking for the screen game. For this Bishop McDevitt offense. They do very well in the screen game, and they're confident enough to do a screen play on a 4th and 20. I mean, we've seen that before, Bishop McDevitt, because of the ability of Aldrey Robinson, getting those big offensive linemen who are very mobile out on the edges could be a very good opportunity for them. So if I'm Cedar Cliff, I'm definitely looking for that play too.
Well, we have a 4th down, and then we have They took too much time. Bishop McDevitt took too much time, could not get the play off.
And you see the coaching staff for Cedar Cliff, they're getting jacked right now because now it backs up Bishop McDevitt even further. You can really play coverage. You don't let anything get beyond you, but you got to be careful of where that first down marker is. Any pass play that's complete, you have to make the tackle.
Well, it was a bad snap, but Marsilio manages to pick it up. He's going to pick up a block. He's going to roll out, look downfield, throw it on the run, and just overthrew Kobe White. There was another good play. Now, he overthrows Kobe White, but he avoids pressure. Kobe's wide open, but he overthrows him right there on that opportunity.
But Cedar Cliff holds.
Cedar Cliff gets a hold.
We have not
That's right.
seen Cedar Cliff hold pretty much all game with the exception of the fumble right on the 1 yard line, and they were able to get the ball on the first play of that drive. They have held down 28-21 with the ability to potentially tie this game up. So the Colts are in the game. They do exactly what they needed to do, was get a hold here.
That's exactly right. So if you're watching home, you're a Cedar Cliff fan right now, you got to be feeling good. Late second quarter action, first down and 10, ball on the 40. Demi gets the carry off to the left side.
And there you see the swarming defense of Bishop McDevitt coming up, making a play, filling the gaps, and keeping that to only a 1 yard run for Demi.
Jake Phillips and Miles Turner comes up to make the tackle. Second down. Second down, call it 9 for Cedar Cliff. And that's going to be end of half, just like that. Bishop McDevitt 28-21. Stay tuned for our halftime. You're watching High School Sports Live. We'll be back after these messages.
HoffmanFord.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
No matter the season, when it's time to gear up, you've got to get to Kelly's Sports. Kelly's Sports, top quality sports equipment for the field, the rink, the court, and more. Matched with the experience and knowledge to help you get the winning edge. Plus all the latest styles from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. And the large selection of name brand athletic footwear. Local sports team members get 10% off all purchases. Kelly's Sports in the High Point Commons, Harrisburg, or visit online at kellysports.com.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Ruff Tractor celebrates its 55th year in business, serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
You already know your Giant bonus card is a great way to bag real savings on groceries. But it does so much more, like helping you pump up your fuel discount with Gas Extra Rewards. Just by using your Giant bonus card, you'll save 10 cents per gallon for every $100 you spend. So the more you buy, the more you save. Gas Extra Rewards, fueled by Giant.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Welcome back to the OSS Halftime Report. High school sports live here on ABC 27. We're going to take a look at the first half action and some of our highlights. This is from last night. This is the first possession. 3 possessions, touchdown for Jenkins. He wasn't touched till Vita hit him in the end zone. And take a look at it again. It was just, this is how Bishop McDevitt started the game last night. We had a power outage. They come back to Andre Robinson on a 7-play drive. Robinson bumps, bounces outside like he likes to do, picks up 12 for a touchdown. And they went up 14-0. Cedar Cliff got the ball back last night, across the midfield, and then the power outage. They got the ball on a fumble recovery right here, sets up a touchdown for Malone from Brenneman. And they picked the ball up because Bishop McDevitt with shotgun formation fumbled the ball on a bad snap. Cedar Cliff got the ball back, but Marsilio wasn't done yet. He hooks up with Hall to make it 21-14.
Beautiful pass.
And he just really slung the ball out there. It just a very pro throw is the best way to call it. And Brenneman came right back, hit Malone in stride, right in the gut. Malone goes untouched in the end zone, 85-yard touchdown, hookup. It's 28-21 right now. And right before halftime, I mean, Jerome, you said it. Yeah. That is one of those plays where he hit the receiver in stride, just like a quarterback should do. And he's a sophomore playing like a senior. And Malone surprised me. He has an absolute speed. But Marsilio has done some things with his feet. And right there was a beautiful hookup to Callie. And he avoided the rush. Take a look at it again. It's just what you want out of your gritty quarterback. And he's really came into his own, has he not?
It definitely has.
And then look at this throw.
Beautiful
over the top of good coverage. Vita, hook up from Brenneman. Brenneman shows why he's going to be very special. His name's going to be called for the next couple of years for a long time.
And what makes that special, Vita gets up and he gets the ball at his highest point, and I think that was just amazing to see between those two athletes.
Well, this is pretty neat to see that Andre Robinson has come out to this homecoming here, and we had homecoming last night that didn't really get to happen due to the power outage, and now we're back, and you see the Crusader fans watching on as they will eventually announce who the homecoming queen is here at Bishop McDevitt. And it's kind of a good time, bad time. This is an absolutely beautiful stadium, but I know some people are concerned about this power outage, but they shouldn't be concerned about the offensive power that their Bishop McDevitt Crusaders have, because when they have the ball, they can score. However, last possession, Cedar Cliff came up with a big stop, just ran out of time at halftime. Big
stop, and I'll tell you what, right now, I am very impressed with both of these offenses. You know, we saw early on what Bishop McDevitt could do last night, but then coming into today, Bishop McDevitt continues what they're doing, but we got a chance to really get a look at Cedar Cliff in this offense, and Brenneman showing the poise of a veteran, a savvy veteran quarterback as a sophomore. So, you're seeing two quarterbacks that are putting on an aerial display for fans at home and fans here at Bishop McDevitt.
Well, homecoming queen has been announced. We'll have more OSS halftime report after these messages.
Advanced Hoops Spring AAU season was historical as teams at every level won championship after championship. Team PA boys and girls won at the national level, beating some of the best teams in the country.
This fall, on November 1st, players from all over the region will be trying out for our 2015 spring teams. Register for tryouts now at advancedhoops.com.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her two boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
There's a place where kids really connect to learning. Commonwealth Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers like never before. Commonwealth Connections Academy, the online public school.
HoffmanFord.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Big 33 Football Classic is the Super Bowl of high school football. There has never been a Super Bowl played without a Big 33 alumni. The 58th annual Big 33 Football Classic is June 20th, 2015 at Hershey Park Stadium. Visit big33.org. Charlie Fortney's Advanced Hoops continues to be the leader in training players for the next level with AAU tryouts approaching November 1st, all ready for spring AAU teams. Get your spot. Also, the Jerry Stokes 3v3 Memorial Tournament is coming up October 25th. Register your teams at advancedhoops.com. Did you know that Cleveland Brothers is much more than just earth moving and construction machines? We're rental and standby generators, we're truck engine services, we're Sullair air compressors, we're global pumps, and so much more. Visit us at clevelandbrothers.com.
Welcome back to our OSS Halftime Report. I'm here with Mike Bullock of the Patriot News. Mike, let's just sum up what we've seen in 2 days. It's very rare that we're talking about football Friday and Saturday. We don't belabor the point, but let's talk a little bit about what you see now with Cedar Cliff coming back on the second day, and it looks like they really take a look at game film, and now the momentum's in their favor.
Well, I'm just going to say, I'm sure last night when they left here, they weren't the happiest group. But they had 20 hours to kind of, let's say, get their feet back on the ground, kind of refocus, and it was critical that they came out and scored on that first possession. Just to kind of, reinforce what they probably were trying to do at that point. And since then, it's just been
back and forth.
They didn't score right away. I'm sorry. But they did after the turnover.
Right.
So.
That turnover, kind of a gutsy call, shotgun formation. They fumble the ball on their own one, and that makes it easy for Brenneman. But let's talk about, can we go inside to quarterback play? I've been so not only intrigued but so impressed by Marsilio in the last 2 years, but Brenneman is something special.
You don't often see a ninth grader come in and play. Now, he didn't play quarterback necessarily very much last year, but he was a guy off the bench for Jimmy Rao in the basketball season. He started at third base last year as a freshman on a district championship team. Obviously, I'm sure he's gotten a lot of advice from his older brother, Adam, but he seems to be a pretty cool customer for a kid, you know, who's in 10th grade coming in here, and it's not like they run a real vanilla offense either.
No, right. And we just talked about him hitting Malone in stride in that slant. Malone showed us some breakaway speed too. And one of the things that even Jerome mentioned is that this might be offensive line versus offensive line, good size. This might be the best matchup for Bishop McDevitt. Cedar Cliff finds a way to really match up. They've got some playmakers, and it's kind of what we expected out of this Keystone matchup. I know a lot of people go, maybe Bishop McDevitt runs away with this, but I never really had that feeling that they're going to run away with it. There's a lot of fight in this Colt team. But for Bishop McDevitt, they just get you in any way they can. They're so calm. They collect themselves. So talk a little bit about what you see on that side of the thing.
Well, if anything, you know, McDevitt's had opportunities, and they've kind of short-circuited on their own. You know, they had the 4th down, a couple of penalties that pushed them back further. They got out of that one time. Marsilio with a great scramble to give his team a 1st down after the on a reception. But you know, if there was anything that I took out of here last night, it was going to be that Cedar Cliff was going to have to figure out a way to put these guys on the ground. You know, at some point in time, because last night, you know, they ran 8 plays, they had 120 total yards. You know, so it was a situation where the defense of Cedar Cliff was going to have to find a way to get a stop or two, and their offense has figured out that, hey, we can move the ball, we can score on these guys. So we've got a game.
We absolutely do, and that's what's great about probably the fun times you get to cover such great games like this. Last year, triple overtime, and it has some eerie feelings to be so similar to last year's matchup, does it not? The game last night, last year, it went so close to what we're seeing today.
Well, I didn't have last year's game, but I had the game 2 years ago when there was all kinds of stuff, and I think it ended up like 48-35 or something like that, and there was all kinds of offense in it. So, I mean, when these teams get together, it's going to be something that you know, the $5 admission, you know, is worth it.
Is worth every bit of it. Mike Bullock from the Patriot News. We'll be back with more of our OSS Halftime Report after these messages.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support high school sports live. And we've been serving Central PA for over 93 years. We have everything that you're looking for. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 93 years.
No matter the season, when it's time to gear up, you've got to get to Kelly's Sports. Kelly's Sports. Top quality sports equipment for the field, the rink, the court, and more. Matched with the experience and knowledge to help you get the winning edge. Plus all the latest styles from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. And the large selection of name brand athletic footwear. Local sports team members get 10% off all purchases. Kelly's Sports. In the High Point Commons, Harrisburg. Or visit online at kellysports.com.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Ruff Tractor celebrates its 55th year in business, serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Danette Bartholomew is the official photographer for High School Sports Live, and is the owner of Legacy Images. Call 979-5322 if you want her professional services. SMX has immediate warehouse positions available at our Carlisle, Lewisberry, and Middlesex locations. Come apply with SMX at apply.smjobs.com. Immediate positions available on both day and night shifts. Pay starts at up to $12.75 an hour. That's apply.smjobs.com. SMX is an equal opportunity employer. Penn National Insurance and Inservco Insurance Services are teaming up to help all drivers feel secure. Drivers who text while driving are putting themselves and others in dangerous path. Don't text and drive. To feel more secure, read our driver safety tips by going to www.pennnationalinsurance.com. Driver safety comes first.
Well, we'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Chris Devine, homecoming king. There he is, escorting the wonderful queen. He works here on Invicta Sports with us. Today he had the day off because he's the king, Jerome, so we want to congratulate him.
Definitely congratulations to him as the homecoming king.
Must be that big smile he has. I'm telling you what, man.
Kings
we're going to have
the day off.
Yeah, Kings get the day off. He's not going to run any courts today.
He better not try to direct me around, Mr. King.
Well, we've got a great Keystone matchup here. Beautiful sun shining now, and I tell you what, it's warmed up. It's a little chilly last night. It was chilly to start the game.
I tell you what, it's warmed up really nice.
And the action's warmed up. 28-21, as Mike Bollock said, it's been zip, zip, zip back and forth. And we've got everything that we expect now in this Keystone matchup coming up second half. Cedar Cliff will have the ball and the momentum.
Yeah, definitely the billing of this game, it has lived up to everything. I mean, right now, 28-21, Bishop McDevitt will then kick off to Cedar Cliff, so Cedar Cliff will get the ball.
Cedar Cliff will have the ball, and as we said, momentum. Mixon set to kick. Now we have the scoreboard back up and operating. I don't see the time on it, no. The time is being kept on the field, third quarter action. And as I said that, it went back out, so we'll do our best to keep you updated there. Mixon's going to have to redo it. There's a flag down. Lober actually make it Vita. Vita was set to return. Vita and Lober are back to receive for Mixon's kick. And now as the sun is shining, you look around and Jerome, I just love the view from Martenzio Stadium. You see the beautiful Appalachian Mountains and Blue Ridges. The trees are starting to turn, and it really is my favorite time to talk football and be at a football game. You smell the food. You come in on Friday night, Saturday. Even today, that the game still had that air about it because even though it was postponed to play again today, the game still has that big-time air, does it not?
It did. I think once you saw the athletes get on the field and they get away from a little bit of the problems, the technical problems, it's football at its finest. So once it gets down to football, I think that alone will bring the atmosphere back, and you're seeing it. So you're seeing two extremely good clubs going at it right now.
Lober is returning Mixon's punt, crosses the 20-yard line, across the 23. And there you hear those Crusader bells trying to motivate this team to come up and get a stop. Now, if you're Bishop McDevitt, you're talking defense first. I am sure they got a little motivational speech there at halftime about let's pick it up. You see them going back to they don't really need to load the box. They've been man. They're always man. And that's one of the things we talked in pregame before this game started. You said that with these athletes, they're matching man to man. But I would be slightly worried about this slant.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't just worry about the slant. I think, right now, Cedar Cliff has shown, and as you can see on this play, the first play, just a quick pass to number 22,
Styles,
that their entire offensive arsenal is dangerous because they have athletes too. So if you're McDevitt defensively, you're going against a very good young quarterback that's polished, a successful running back that used to be in your camp. With Demi, he used to be here, so that he has talent too. So. In a good offensive line.
Kobe White is now in. I know he does play some defense. His quickness, it looks like they're going with him defensively here to see if they can do this. Jaden Demi, as you speak, going to pick up 1, 2, maybe 3 hard-earned yards coming up to make the defensive tackles. Well, stand back for Bishop McDevitt. He's a senior. He's 6 foot. He's 190 pounds.
And you
Demi
see,
really runs hard.
He
I
does.
tell you what, he earns everything he gets, though.
You see Evan Shiley, the big tackle, moving Demi along, trying to get him even more yards. And again, that offensive line, they are big and they're earth movers. And to get 5-6 yards on the first carry for Demi, that's what you're looking for out of your running back.
2nd down and 5. Brenneman rolls to his left. There's going to be flags down. I really did not see who the receiver was. I think he was going over to Malone on that left side. The flags are down. We'll see what the call is. That's going to go against Bishop McDevitt. That's a tough call. I don't know who that is against, but it's a personal foul against Bishop McDevitt. That's going to move the chains and move Cedar Cliff down the field, across the midfield now. You know, I don't know if we mentioned or not, Jerome, but Bishop McDevitt has been really in one game. That is that Cumberland Valley game, that 7-6 game. They really haven't been tested. They're being tested right now. This is where true champions form. Brenneman rolling to his right, dumps off, and that's a great play call. Schulpert is the receiver. Ryan Schulpert, 5'8", 190. He's listed as a running back, linebacker. It's a good rollout. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for Cedar Cliff.
And again, you're seeing that that offensive line doing its job, good rollout, and I like seeing what I'm seeing from doing that quarterback rollout. I think it's a very important play to get Brenneman on the edge and deliver the ball into his playmakers.
Brenneman looking for Malone on his left side, and just looked like a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, definitely miscommunication. Malone was open in the flat, and I think I think maybe Brenneman was thinking Malone was going outside. Malone was thinking inside, and sometimes I'll tell you, these routes that these kids, the route tree that these kids are doing at the high school level, they're as complicated as what they're doing in college and in the pros. Right. So sometimes you have initial reads that happen between and it's between the quarterback and the receiver at the time of the play.
Brenneman rolling to his left, overthrows Malone.
And it looked like, Brenneman had an option that was Cole Whalen that may have been in the flat, or maybe a shallow in the flat that he could have dumped the ball off to, but he chose to see if he can get the first down and goes incomplete. So it brings up a 4th down and a long, probably I would say about 5.5, 6 yards.
About 5, let's call it 6. 4th down and 6 for Cedar Cliff, across midfield. They've had some momentum in their favor. Bishop McDevitt can come away with the stop here. Brenneman looking down the field, throws a beautiful ball, and it's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. He hooks up with Schulpert, and my goodness.
Good play, but I'll tell you what.
Beautiful
Nate
ball.
Malone was open right down the middle of the field also. So Brenneman had 2 opportunities on that play, and Malone was wide open in the middle of the field. That definitely would have been a touchdown.
Well, it looked like blown coverage. Didn't know who to pick up there. Did they get caught in man, John?
I don't know if it was blown coverage. I think it's one of those, well, definitely blown coverage, but yes, they were definitely in man. And I think sometimes what happens is you may have some confusion, and I think what I saw was Malone may have done an out and up kind of movement, which kind of caught the defender, and then there was no help. So you had man across, and that's called zero coverage when you have no help over top.
Right.
So everybody's in man, and there were no safety help and no safety help behind.
Absolutely. Another personal foul assessed to this. That's going to put the ball at the 5-yard line. Demi comes up man on man as he hit by a massive wall of Bishop McDevitt. But Demi has done a lot of nice things. He runs hard. He squares his shoulders. But right now there was no room.
He definitely does run hard, and I think what you saw, Bishop McDevitt's tightening it up back there. They're tightening it up on that defensive front because they don't want to give it up. But I'll tell you what, right now a score for Cedar Cliff would be huge right here because it'll tie it up.
And that's going to be a touchdown, Cedar Cliff. You can't count Brenneman and the gang out. This crew is gritty and fighting. That's Cullen Whalen. He hooks up with Whalen for a touchdown.
Well-designed play.
Beautifully designed play, Jerome.
Definitely well-designed play. Now we have some, it's a penalty, so this looks like it's going to be coming back. So just that quick. It comes up as a touchdown, and that's going to be taken off the board. You can see the coaching staff is wondering what is going on here.
Is the call holding? I didn't see any indication what the call was, so I'm not really sure here.
Like maybe offsides? Yeah, I think it was a false start penalty on Cedar Cliff, which will back them up 5 yards. So they'll get another crack at it with second down.
They came back and got it. Brenneman touchdown to Jaden Demme.
And there you go. They come back with a very similar play. Get Demme pretty much open from his running back position. You see him come in motion or a fake handoff to him, and he just goes and runs a semi-wheel route, and he's all alone in the end zone. So Cedar Cliff does get the touchdown, and they have an opportunity to tie it up, Todd.
Beautiful play.
Definitely beautiful play. And again, this game is eerily similar to last year, minus the turnovers.
And that might, oh boy, is that a big time play for Bishop McDevitt. They came back and blocked the point after.
Every point counts.
Yeah, every point counts in this game. 28-27, Bishop McDevitt on a great special teams play. Take a look at it.
And the hold is there. You just see that penetration, and what you get for kick blocks, especially for extra points, is you get any kind of pressure up front, and you get those hands up. You get your hands up, you can make a play. And here you go.
Beautiful play.
Good play, good design play.
Well, 28-27. Bit discouraging if you're a Cedar Cliff fan. Very exciting if you're a McDevitt fan. But that's why this Keystone matchup is so important today. Nine minutes and 19 seconds here in the third quarter. Time being kept on the field. Belushi is set to kick with Kobe White back to receive. That's Callie on the far right side. Callie crossing the 10-15. Get the ball back to the 22-yard line while Bishop McDevitt will have the ball. First down and 10.
And again, McDevitt wants to come back and answer here to see if they can get the ball downfield and score. And right now, up 28-27. Just this is turning out to be the barn burner that we thought it would be.
Marcilio's pass is incomplete to Callie. It'll be second down and 10. And I need to make a correction on last year's game, Cedar Cliff, Bishop McDevitt. It wasn't 3 overtimes, it was regulation. Cedar Cliff came away under Andrew Ford with the victory.
And again, it was definitely, another well-fought offensive explosion, and we're seeing that today. Two teams that are really putting up a lot of offensive yardage. Both defenses are being pressed to their max both ways. You're seeing on one end, you see Marsilio, the running game, the receivers doing their thing, and then you see the counter punch by Cedar Cliff that's able to come out and do the exact same thing using the air game more so than the running game, which we thought they would do more running the ball. But I think McDevitt has done a very good job defending the running game for Cedar Cliff.
Marsilio with his 3 receivers, his trips to this left side. He's going to go to Kobe White. Kobe crossing the 30. Still on his feet, going to be dragged down just shy of the 50-yard line by Beatty. And that was a big play for Bishop McDevitt to get their momentum back. And it's one of those plays they go to a lot, Jerome, that they've had a lot of success with.
Yeah, you get Kobe White in space. He usually makes the first man miss. He is a hard cover. I mean, he's very, very elusive, very quick, just like many of the superstars on that team. But again, you got to try to bring him down as soon as he catches the ball. They're going to get their yards. When you have a team this talented, both teams will get their yards. You just got to make the tackles and make the plays when you can.
Marsilio, pass to Hall is complete. Just shy of the down marker, so it's going to be 3rd down and short for Bishop McDevitt.
And we talk about rhythm, folks at home. And again, it's a quarterback that's you see the confidence, you see him able to get the ball out. Marsilio's getting the ball out on time to his receivers. And right now, he doesn't have to go through his progression 1st, 2nd, and 3rd receiver. His first receiver many times is open. We did see him go through progressions when he needs to, and he can be very effective.
Robinson to the right side. And when in doubt, I mean, you can always go to Jenkins and Robertson.
Right.
And that's going to move chains. It's going to be a 1st down, Bishop McDevitt.
And they're definitely a good 1-2 punch. You see Robinson getting up. You know, he seems like he's kind of favoring that leg. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but he definitely shows that power in the running game, and he wants to keep it going. And again, he is fresh. He hasn't played since week 1, coming back off injury. Got a chance to check in to see where he is, and he seems like he's definitely up to 100% coming into this game, and it gives him an even further dimension and, more importantly, depth in the running back position.
Stiles and Demi came up to make the tackle. 1st down and 10 for McDevitt. Robinson in daylight across the middle, still on his feet, and going to be tackled by Jaden Demi. Demi had to come over to make the tackle, and those two guys have been going at it all day. Running back versus running back.
And you see Robinson has some patience, able to get the cut back. And once he gets the cut back, he's deceptively fast. He's very fast, very quick through the hole. That's what makes him so impressive, is that he has such a low center of gravity, so strong, big legs, strong, but he's also very quick and elusive, and he can turn on the jets when he needs to.
1st down and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line for McDevitt. Marsilio, shotgun with time. This pass is complete to Callie. Callie going to push and get a little bit more. The ball's going to be spotted at the 8-yard line, and that was at the 2nd effort of Callie. That secondary being tested a little bit for Cliff.
Yeah, definitely is. And sometimes you can see some of these athletes for Cedar Cliff, they're going both ways.
Right.
Some of them have their hands on their hips, because this offense, again, it puts pressure on you, makes you keep running, getting the ball on the outside. To these playmakers, you got to chase them down and make the tackle. So right now, you know, and you don't see Cedar Cliff sub a lot on defense. I mean, so these guys are pretty much in on the drive.
We got to give credit to Malone and Demi. They are playing every single play on special teams, offense, and defense. I mean, I give a lot of credit to the youngsters. Robinson bouncing around, and look at Demi come up to make the tackle with the host of the help of the Cedar Cliff Colts. And that's what it takes, doesn't it?
That's what it takes. That's what it takes. It takes you coming up and breaking down and making a good solid tackle, wrapping up the ball carrier. Robinson, we know, can break tackles, and Demi comes up, meets him in the hole.
Well, High School Sports Live, this is a great opportunity for people at home just to say something about being able to bring games like this to you. Basketball, wrestling, those types of things coming up. But here's what's important about this. I wonder how, you know, just blessed that the Mid-State is to have such great talented runners and receivers and quarterbacks around this area. We are really, really lucky and blessed to have these types of kids. And look at this. Touchdown, Marsilio with an absolute beautiful ball. What can you say about it? Let it speak for itself. Chad Cortez, the junior, 6'2", 190 pounds, Crusader touchdown.
Yeah, a well-designed play. Marsilio gets the ball out, perfectly thrown ball. You couldn't ask for a better throw. And Cortez comes down, the junior comes down with a good play. And actually, there was good coverage on the play. I mean, Viti was right there on the play, but he just couldn't make the play.
Mixon's point after. Rabel with the hold. Yep, it's up and good. 35-27, Bishop McDevitt in the Keystone matchup. More after these messages.
And think about the points.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Ruff Tractor celebrates its 55th year in business, serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, YouTube, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
35-27, about 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and again, you don't see the clock. There is no clock here. We don't want to keep beating it. We're just trying to do our best to keep your time and down for you here. Viti will take the kick. He's going to cross the 20-yard line, be wrestled down. But number 35 for Bishop McDevitt coming up and make a beautiful tackle is Burchell. He's a sophomore. He's 5'11", 185. You call these names out and all this talent. Both sides of the field today in this Keystone matchup.
Absolutely. You know, again, the kick cover is very good for Bishop McDevitt, not allowing any big plays there. And we keep talking about these offenses. Bishop McDevitt's offense goes down and score. We have seen Cedar Cliff do the exact same thing offensively. Let's see what they can do.
Brenneman to Malone. His pass is complete for 6. He's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Let's take another look. It's just a nice pass and hookup. He and Malone have something really very positive together. They find each other. And Malone finds the ball, too. You got to give him credit on that, too.
They do, and again, that offensive line doing a good job. They seem to be settling in really good. They're picking up the blitzes right now.
Jaden Demme on the left side.
And that was a good play. You saw a counter, which we haven't seen a lot from the Cedar Cliff team. We talk about how do you slow up pressure from a defense. Number 1, you can do screens. Number 2, you got draws. Number 3, you throw a counter in. And a counter for the folks at home that may not be familiar is a misdirection play with the running back. Will fake one side, you have a guard or tackle pull, running back comes back the other way, and sometimes, you know, you got, as a defense, those linebackers have to stay home, and Bishop McDevitt, they did a good job on that play.
Big 3rd down play for Cedar Cliff, 3rd down and 3. Brenneman rolling out. His pass is complete. They're going to move the chains. His pass is complete to number 22, Jordan Stiles.
And that's a play that's a consistent play that we're seeing from Cedar Cliff, and they're able to keep doing this. Right now, McDevitt has not found a way to defense this. And you can get the ball out of the quarterback's hands into a running back's hands very quickly, and you can get 5, 10, 20 yards on that. I mean, it's not a home run hitter, but it moves the chains.
You got it. You really can't walk away from your screen in this game because it's just, as Mike Bullock from the Patriot News said, it's just back and forth, zipped up and down the field. A lot of great plays today, a lot of great talent. Jaden Demme on the left side.
And again, keeping Demme involved in the offense is going to be very, very important for them. And the more that they can run them, then you can establish the play action and you can go up top. And that's what you want to do. You pound the ball with Demme, allow him to pick and choose where he wants to go in the hole. He's getting 6, 7 yards a pop. He's not having these game-breaking 30, 40-yard runners, but he's not that type of back. He's a north-south runner, but he moves the chains and gets you in position for the bigger plays in the pass game.
Jenkins came up to make that tackle. Shotgun from Brenham, a low snap. He fields it well, plays third base. I know that. Freshman starter on the third base on the district team last year. So he fields the ball very well, like a third baseman, scoops up, but he has pressure in his face, and that was tough right there.
Chanel Johnson comes from the defensive end spot. He comes unblocked and lays a hit on your quarterback. You definitely don't want to see that. But when you keep having these snaps that keep going down, that's a problem.
3rd down and 4 for Cedar Cliff. Ball at the 47-yard line. Kobe White steps in front of the intended receiver, Vida, and makes an absolutely beautiful defensive play. And I tell you what, he gets in his hands, and who knows, he might take that to the house.
And this is one of those situations where Cedar Cliff has run that play a lot and enough to where Kobe White was able to read it. So, you know, now Cedar Cliff knows that, you know, McDevitt may be jumping that route. Now you may want to do an in and up on him to get that, you know, if he's going to play that tight, you want to see if you can get behind him, and maybe they'll try that. And this, I think this is not a bad idea to punt this ball and try to make McDevitt take the long field in the 3rd quarter.
Right, play field position.
Right.
McDonald set to kick. JoJo Heaton back to receive the punt. Short kick. Heaton going to remove everybody out of the way.
You definitely want a better punt than that. I mean, you know, giving yourself an opportunity to pin McDevitt back. And now you may have been better off going for it in this. You had a 50-50 chance of maybe getting the 1st down.
Yeah,
you know,
3rd down and 4.
It's not, I'm not saying that it's great field position per se, but it's definitely better than what your goal was to try to pin them back.
Sure. 1st down and 10. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Marsilio, all kinds of time. Gonna jump up the, boy, I tell you what, it's just like the ball just goes into this beautiful basket. Great hands by Andre Robinson, crossed the right side, and a nice play call, Jerome. It's really a great way to get the ball into a playmaker's hands.
Definitely, and Ryan Chopert, number 8, comes up and makes a possibly a huge gain-saving tackle, or maybe even a touchdown-saving tackle coming up making that play. So that was a very good play offensively, and maybe even a touchdown-saving tackle defensively.
And you saw Robinson in the bottom of the screen just take the ball and bounce in his hand because he knew he'd probably take that home for 6 if they don't make that tackle. Right side for Robinson. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd down. Let's call it 10. Bishop McDevitt holding on to 35-27 lead with the ball here.
And we see Dylan Farrell on that defensive line, 6 foot, 278-pounder. He's one of those guys that plays both ways on that Cedar Cliff team.
Three minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, 35-27 Bishop McDevitt. 2nd down, looks like Bishop McDevitt and Coach Rector is going to want a timeout. Yep, going to be a Crusader timeout.
Pac Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their retirement savings. Do you have a game plan for retirement? Steve Marazzo is a local advisor who listens and cares. No account too small or large. Call Steve Marazzo at 564-6400. Ask about a free, no-obligation retirement projection. True Vision Realtors is the most enthusiastic and innovative real estate firm in Central PA, offering multiple programs from for sale by owner to full service. There are locally family communities they service for your buying and selling needs. To cast a true vision for your housing future, call Nick and Jody Pendolino at 717-925-9095. Big 33 Football Classic is the Super Bowl of high school football. There has never been a Super Bowl played without a Big 33 alumni. The 58th annual Big 33 Football Classic is June 20th, 2015 at Hershey Park Stadium. Visit big33.org.
35-27, 2nd down and 8 for Bishop McDevitt. Really a big 2nd down here, really, the big possession.
Yeah, this is just a big possession for both teams. I mean, Cedar Cliff, you want to keep this game to a potentially 1 score. And for McDevitt, you get opportunity to maybe extend the lead a little bit. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and short now, or a 4th and about 4.
Marcilio's pass is complete to Kobe White.
Or 3rd and 4. Sorry about that.
At 3rd and 4. We're under 3 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. About 2:50 to play. Marcilio coming over the sideline to get the call. They're doing that a lot more today. He's got Jenkins and Robinson right and left side of him. Boy, pressure comes from him. What a great play for Cedar Cliff defense.
And that was Farrell again coming up and getting the sack. That's exactly what they needed. That's the first sack of the game for Cedar Cliff. They finally get the pressure they need. And you're talking about max protection. I think McDevitt was setting up a screen, and Farrell comes and blows that whole play up, getting the sack. So a much needed stop for Cedar Cliff. This is they're starting to do some good things defensively, and now offensively they'll get the ball back.
That was Waylon also coming up to make the tackle. The sack, excuse me. And they're punt a little short. Well, they've got the hold they need. Cedar Cliff's going to have the ball. You can't go anywhere. I mean, we've got all kinds of action in this game, and this is what you want this year. I mean, if you're Bishop McDevitt right now up 35-27, I don't know that you're panicking, but I tell you this, they needed a test. Cedar Cliff's bringing that today.
Well, I mean, they got the test against Cumberland Valley. I mean, that's the one thing about this area football-wise. Cumberland Valley, that ended up being a 6-3 game. So that was definitely a test, and this is a test for both teams. Both teams are showing they're battle-tested. I mean, this is a good game, good Pennsylvania rivals that are developing between these two teams.
Low snap again for Brenneman. He's going to roll to his left.
And he gets a good block.
That was Jordan Stiles who actually came up to block and put a good hit on Miles Turner. Miles Turner is a big kid. You'll take a look at it again. This is exactly what you need your running back to do.
5'8", 185-pound Stiles comes up and lays the wood to the big guy. Number 45, Miles Turner, 6'2", 295. So anybody has a problem with little guys and thinking they don't come up and lay the wood, they do. So good block to spring his quarterback to at least pick up a couple of yards on the play.
2nd down. 7 for the Colts. Looking down the field. Wide open is Lobar. He's going to walk in. It's a touchdown, Cedar Cliff. My goodness, can there be any more exciting plays today in this Keystone matchup?
I mean, it's just excellent play design by the coaching staff. And again, can we talk about Grant Brenneman? He rolls out and just rolling out, puts that ball in stride again. Sophomore, hitting Lobar, and again, just this kid is amazing. You see the Cedar Cliff team, again, the offensive line getting their traction, and again, they're making a game of this.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a 2-point conversion opportunity for Cedar Cliff to maybe go back and tie this ball game up. Man, oh man, don't go anywhere. It's everything we needed here on High School Sports Live and ABC. Brenneman's going to be shotgun formation. He's going to roll with a lot of pressure coming on him. He's going to run the back of his end zone, and is it going to be dropped? But there's flags down. It's probably going to be holding on that Cedar Cliff line. This 2-point conversion attempt will be no good.
I'm not sure. This was when it's in the defensive backfield, it's possibly holding on the defense.
That's holding on the defense. That's it. Jerome, I think you're right. Hold on. Stop where you're at.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on where the flag, sometimes when you see where the flag is thrown, it can give you an indication. If it's in the backfield of an offense, many times it's holding on the offense. The backfield of the defense, it's holding on the defense. And you'll see it in the secondary because they're trying to, keep the receivers from getting open. So you'll see a hold, or you see a receiver take a change of direction. And you see it a lot in the red zone when you get when the field gets crunched down and defenses, and I don't think they always need to do that.
Rolling out is Brenneman. And Kobe White comes up to make a great play.
Definitely good play. Sometimes when you roll out, it looks like just one receiver. That was a little difficult for them.
Boy, the crowd is going crazy here. We'll be back with more after these messages.
Charlie Fortney's Advanced Hoops continues to be the leader in training players for the next level with AAU tryouts approaching November 1st, all ready for spring AAU teams. Get your spot. Also, the Jerry Stokes 3v3 Memorial Tournament is coming up October 25th. Register your teams at advancedhoops.com. Did you know that Cleveland Brothers is much more than just earth moving and construction machines? We're rental and standby generators, we're truck engine services, we're Sullair air compressors, we're global pumps, and so much more. Visit us at clevelandbrothers.com. SMX has immediate warehouse positions available at our Carlisle, Lewisberry, and Middlesex locations. Come apply with SMX at apply.smjobs.com. Immediate positions available on both day and night shifts. Pay starts at up to $12.75 an hour. That's apply.smjobs.com. SMX is an equal opportunity employer.
Yeah. Well, 35-33, two-point conversion was no good. Brenneman rolled out through an incomplete pass. He has 5 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, he's playing lights out, and I think, you know, I didn't have a problem with the play itself. I mean, I know do you run it up in there? And I think the one problem is Bishop McDevitt has shown at times a stone wall against run defense, especially when you don't have many yards to go. So I think the thought there was, let's see if we can get the ball out. The passing game has been going very well.
Galucci's kick is going to be mishandled and bounce out of bounds. That was Matt Geiger. Kind of just mishandled. It's going to go out of bounds, and we'll see where it's going to be spotted. It's going to be spotted at 17-yard line.
So the Colts, they held the last drive. Very good defensive effort. So now you have Bishop McDevitt penned back a little bit. If they can get another hold, they have a lot of confidence that they can score at will.
Right.
So right now, we were looking to see if one of the defenses begins to exert themselves, and you're seeing that from Cedar Cliff. They got a big stop. They're confident. You can see they're trying to get their crowd up and get themselves ready to see if they can get this stop on this drive.
Marcelia, beautiful ball thrown over to the right side. And that's Hall bringing down the catch. Hall has had a busy day.
And you see Lobar making the tackle along with Chopert, and that's what you want. You want, as soon as the ball carrier or the receiver gets the ball, you want the tackle to be immediate. You cannot allow these game breakers to elude a tackle and then turn on the jets and get upfield. So good defensive play by Cedar Cliff, but still good offensive effort on a first down. So, you know, they got about 4 yards left for McDevitt to get the first down.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Bishop McDevitt 35, Cedar Cliff 33. Fourth quarter coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Today, we have some breaking news on the West Shore. Some spraining, twisting, popping news. It appears that Mechanicsburg is getting a state-of-the-art OSS orthopedic urgent care. This is what we know so far. OSS urgent care is much faster than the emergency room. All patients will be seen by orthopedic experts. Costs are typically less, and OSS is open 7 days a week. Remember, if you have a sprain, pop, or break to report, go right to the experts. OSS Orthopedic Urgent Care. 2 great locations, York and now Mechanicsburg. Now that's some good news.
Fourth quarter action, Bishop McDevitt holding on to a 2-point lead. They'll have the ball at the 23-yard line. Fourth quarter action here. We've got a great game. We've had a great one. I tell you, it's been absolutely fun to be part of here today. Marcelia going to keep it to the left side, put his shoulder down, and pick up the first down.
And it looked like a design run off the left side. I mean, you see Marcelio showing his strength. He was in the weight room getting the first down.
He's had absolutely great quarterback play today. I mean, And your specials, too, as well. There's just so much talent on that field on both sides.
Definitely is. I mean, I've been impressed with both teams. I mean, this Cedar Cliff team's ability to reload, just like this McDevitt's team ability to reload from last year's talented squad. So, you know, both teams are, you know, this could be a nice rivalry for many years to come.
Marsilio, all kinds of time, you can count it. Find Chad Cortez, who's going to break away, cross the 30-yard line to the 25. And that's going to ignite the Crusader crowd.
And that's what you don't want. You don't want to give these guys any extra anything when they catch the ball. And again, they can turn a 15-yard out into a 40-yard gain based on a missed tackle. So again, you want to come up, you want to wrap, you want to break down, and again, you know they're going to make plays from time to time. But, you know, you want to make plays, too, for Cedar Cliff. And there you get a good shot at the Cedar Cliff fans, you know, trying to get their team ready to roll here.
Noah Malone coming and making a great tackle. Andre Robinson spins out of a hold, crosses the 20-yard line. He's really good at that spin. He broke 2 tackles there just by the spin move. What a solid back. Just glad to see him back. Robinson family, just give you a thumbs up.
It is.
And welcome back, Andre.
Yeah, welcome back, Andre. I mean, anytime you see an athlete go down with an injury,
just hate to see it.
Regardless, you just want to see them back, and it's good to see him back. Just like, you know, across the mid-state, many athletes are, you know, they come back from injury. Injuries for football is inevitable.
Can you imagine him at Beaver Stadium next season? I really do believe you're going to hear his name called a lot. Look at a beautiful pass for Marsilio. And almost an absolute wonderful catch by Chad Cortez, but it's just a little overthrown and incomplete.
And you see, you know, Marsilio starting to go to Cortez a lot lately. I mean, Kobe White, he had, you know, him a lot earlier in the game. You see Cortez seeming to be the one on the end now that's getting a lot of these balls too. So, again, Marsilio, you talked about it. He's spreading the ball around, and that's what you want to do as a quarterback, not get locked into one receiver.
Right. Third down. Third and 7 for Bishop McDevitt from the red zone. Marsilio to Hall. He's going to cross over the 15-yard line. The ball will be spotted about the 13-yard line.
And there's a penalty.
But there are flags down. We'll see what the call is. That's going to go against Bishop McDevitt. The sun is shining in the booth here pretty good right now, Drum. I'll tell you what. I mean, we came heavy layers, and now we're feeling a beautiful fall day right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good day for football.
Football, hiking, whatever you're doing.
And this will bring McDevitt back. Big penalty, holding penalty. Back him up again.
Third down, a long, long way from Marsilio. He's going to step up, roll to his right, and fire it downfield. It's going to be incomplete. His intended receiver was Andre Robinson, but there was absolute great coverage by Jordan Stiles.
Good coverage by Stiles. He's showing some playmaking ability in that secondary, and he's all over the place. And you see, again, good pressure on Marsilio. They, you know, the Cedar Cliff team still, you know, have some trouble getting him down.
Right. Yeah.
He's able to be very elusive, and I'm surprised at how elusive he is when he needs to be.
Right.
But on the other end, to see Cedar Cliff get the pressure has been important for them, because earlier in the game there was no pressure coming at Marsilio, and they're doing it with 4. They're doing it with 4.
Fourth down for Bishop McDevitt with a long way to go. Rolling to his left with pressure. Going to spin back, come to the other side, and he's going to be dropped by Jordan Stiles.
No, that was Whalen, I think. Number 32, Whalen.
Well, did Whalen come in and get him? That was on the
Cole
far
Whalen
side.
Comes up from the linebacker position, and he puts down Marsilio on the play. A huge defensive effort. You're seeing that pressure.
Oh, here he
talked
comes.
About
You're right.
And they're doing this with the front 4. Whalen comes, and he stays relentless, and they're able to finish off Marsilio in a huge stop for the Cedar Cliff team. They will actually get the ball, you know, on the 46-yard line, going the other way.
First down and 10. Cedar Cliff. Oh, low snap. It's going to roll back, and Demi's going to fall on it.
And you definitely didn't want that. Cedar Cliff has had some problems with that snap from the center, so you definitely got to get the ball up. That's probably like the third or fourth time we've seen it.
And Jerome, it's not, I've watched now these last couple times, it's not this snap, it's the pressure from Bishop McDevitt up the middle. They're on it as soon as the ball, literally. And we saw that in Susquehanna. They just on that snap. I don't know if they're on his count.
But that's a center responsibility. It doesn't matter what pressure's in his face. Right. His number one responsibility is to get the ball back, then block second. I mean, that's a tall order for any center. Order, but that's part of the position.
Because I think they're lining. When you're putting Miles, anytime you can anywhere close to the nose, Miles Turner brings so much relentless pressure.
And he's big. I mean, when you get a nose tackle that can collapse the pocket that quick, that's difficult.
He's a minivan.
Yeah.
How are you going to move a minivan?
Well, hey, look at Cedar Cliff's line. They're not small either. They're a big group. So, that center, you still have to get that ball back. And when you do, you give your quarterback the opportunity to make plays. When you don't, he has to now focus on getting the ball and take his eyes off the receivers downfield.
Pressure. Brenneman rolls out, but he has to tuck it away.
And I'll tell you what, Noah Malone was wide open down the middle of the field. And I just think at the time, Brenneman just could not set his feet to get a good throw. And he had guys coming in his face right away, so he couldn't really set up to deliver that and hang in there. And by that time, the coverage was there, too.
Jackson came up and made a beautiful, beautiful tackle on Brennan.
And that's a sack. So it backs him up. And a good stop by this McDevitt team. Now Cedar Cliff has to punt it away.
Don set to punt. Back to receive is Robinson. They'll try any way they can to get the ball in Robertson's hand. Oh, he looked like he was going to pick it up, but then he didn't. I thought, man, oh man, will he pick it up? Because it might be dangerous to pick up in that traffic.
And yeah, definitely picking it up in traffic would not be a good idea. But again, putting Robinson back, that lets you know they know he's healthy to be back to his normal punt return duties. And again, that's what he'll bring to Penn State as well, his ability on special teams as a returner. And there you get a good look at that defensive front for Cedar Cliff. And like I said, those are some good-sized kids on both sides of the ball. And they're playing hard, 35-33. This has been everything that we thought it would be as far as matchups.
Robinson to the left side, putting his head down, running, and kind of when in doubt, you can just go to the bread and butter. He is fresh and he is ready.
And when he needs a spell, you got Jenkins.
Jenkins can come in.
Jenkins comes in as well. So, again, both of these teams, especially McDevitt, has a lot of depth. Their ability to circulate multiple players in positions when guys go down or get hurt is important.
2nd down and 4 for McDevitt. Robinson didn't see what he likes. Bounces outside across the 50-yard line, across the 40. This is where he's so dangerous. And Jaden Demi comes up to make the tackle. Demi's had to make a lot of tackles today, especially on Robinson.
He has, and with all the action he's getting, you got to wonder, is that affecting some of what he's doing offensively? But, hey, he's Iron Man, and that's how it used to be. That's how I played back in high school. You play both ways.
Yeah.
And the way these kids are training, man.
Oh, they are training year-round and unbelievable. 1st down and 10 for McDevitt. Marsilio kicking out to Kobe White. Look at the speed. Cross the 10. Touchdown, Bishop McDevitt. Kobe White. Boy, oh boy, the kid is special. Unbelievable. He turned on the afterburners, Jerome.
He definitely did, and you saw his ability to break down a defense based on his speed. Again, Marsilio gets the ball out very quickly. Once White gets the ball, gets north-south pretty quickly, and you can't, sometimes it's difficult. They're going to make plays sometimes, and right now they did. 41-43 at the moment, waiting for the extra point.
Nixon's point after. It's down, the hold is good, the point is up and good. More Keystone action after these messages.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support high school sports live. And we've been serving Central PA for over 93 years. We have everything that you're looking for. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 93 years.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Ruff Tractor celebrates its 55th year in business, serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
42-33, Bishop McDevitt. Kobe White just put the afterburners in, walked into the end zone. Unbelievable play, and that's going to make a lot of these Crusaders here today feel better. But don't count Cedar Cliff out. This is a gritty team. Mixon set to kick.
Not just a gritty team, a team that is explosive in their own right.
There's Vitti across the 30. And still on his feet, wrestling and going to cross the 40-yard line and get Cedar Cliff great field position. Mike Vitti doing a lot today. He's only a junior. Look at some of these players. A lot of them coming back.
And again, I like Vitti got north-south very quickly, and that's how you return, man. You don't go east-west when you're returning punt or kickoff. You want to get north-south quickly.
Tamara came up to make the tackle on the special teams. There's Jaden Demme across the 50-yard line. He's got talent. Stiff arms Kobe White, and Kobe White pushes him out at the 40-yard line.
And that was the first time, we got to really see Demme get some huge daylight on the play. I mean, he's been able to get the hard yards, 6 yards here, 7 yards there.
Right.
But he was able to bust open a little bit more for about 15, 20 yards on that play. So I think in that situation, not a bad play call. Clock's still ticking, but not a bad play call.
Right. Brenneman under center. He's going to give to Demme. Demme's going to push inside and see what he can find. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Or will he pick up one? Didn't know where the ball is spotted. Boy, he's had to earn everything he's done today. Host of Bishop McDevitt Crusaders making a tackle.
But I tell you what, you see the talent that he has. I mean, and his ability to run behind that big offensive line. Viller, Hastings, McDermott, Farrell, Walker, Shiley. I mean, all those guys. I mean, that's a big group, and he's running behind them really well.
Benjamin rolled to his right, an incomplete pass to Vitti.
Again, that's just a rollout and an out to the quarterback or to the receiver. Not able to connect, brings up a 3rd and 10 for this Cedar Cliff offense that definitely wants to get the ball in the end zone as quickly as possible. And at this point, you're thinking probably 4-down territory with the time.
Oh, definitely. Screen set up and almost intercept there. Did he hang on to it? I think he hung on to it. Jenkins hung on to it.
I think it was.
I'm sorry. That was Jenkins who held on.
Yeah, and if you're Cedar Cliff, I think they had the perfect play designed for this. The problem was you got the tip ball. The perfect play. Jenkins gets up high, tips the ball. If he didn't do that, this was well set up because you saw the pressure coming and you saw the numbers coming to blitz. And a counter to blitz is a screenplay, and he had the horses in front of him. That could have been a big game, but a very good defensive effort by Jenkins.
He hung with it. Makes a big play for Bishop McDevitt. Marcelo to Kobe White. He gets a block. He's crossing the 50, crossing the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds. Stiles comes to make the tackle, Jordan Stiles.
And again, you just see getting the ball out to your playmakers and getting them upfield north-south.
Robinson across the 40. And man, it's just getting rough down there right now. I tell you what, there's a lot of competitive spirit right now out of both squads.
It definitely is, but hey, the official didn't blow the whistle, so you got to try to get him down. But that shows that power that Robinson has. He does not go down easy.
Tell all Penn State fans, he's okay. He's doing well. He's doing well.
He's fine. He'll be there. He's doing what he needs to do. He's come back and he's fresh. And you're seeing a lot of what we saw last year, maybe a stronger, faster, quicker version.
He looks bigger. He looks bigger, like up top. Like you can tell he spent time in that weight room. Not that he never did before, but he always did. Marsilio to Hall. Hall has had a busy duty today. He's been a workhorse.
Quietly busy game, but again, Marsilio showing that pinpoint accuracy, rolling out, puts the ball. He squares himself up very well on the run, and I'm impressed with how well he throws
on the run.
on
Both quarterbacks.
Those rollouts.
Both quarterbacks today.
Brennanman's the same way. I mean, you see, Brennanman has been able to match Marsilio pretty much, most of the game. So, both of them have done well. Marsilio there, he's going to move on to the next level. Brennanman will still have a couple of years, and if you're Cedar Cliff, think about that as a coaching staff. Wow. That you have Brennanman for the next, rest of this year,
the next two,
and the next
2
years. And this is a team that they are built to go far.
And they have him on the basketball court. They have him on the baseball field. I mean, these guys are three-dimensional, and they do well at all the sports they play. Marsilio rolling to the left.
Wow.
Looks downfield. Hooks up with Hall. And Harry Lober will drag him out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. But there are flags down.
So this may come back. But you see Marsilio with that elusiveness once again, able to avoid the pressure. But this looks like it'll be coming back.
Well, you know what time it is, Jerome? It's time for the
hit parade.
The hit parade. Come on, wow.
And again, I mean, you see a lot of, you got the body slam situation there, and that's an offensive player there. I mean, you got a hit parade there by Demi coming up.
We have not. Everybody's playing hard. I mean,
you see Styles getting in there. Oh, right on the quarterback. Anytime you can get in a hit parade on the quarterback, that's a good thing. You see the whole gang of the Colts getting it in. You saw the big hit on the big guy.
I want to thank the Capital Region Insurance Agency for that hit parade.
Again, that shows you just how hard these guys are playing, and they're all clean hits, man. Not illegal, breaking it down, no helmet to helmet. We don't want to show those, man. Those are illegal nowadays, and we want to make sure you get the clean football hits on the hit parade.
Here's our Pac Financial play of the game. That slant on the money to Malone was a really beautiful play.
And Malone shows the Jets, man, against these athletes for Bishop McDevitt. Gibson, who we know is not slow-footed anyway, but hey, he was able to outrun him and the rest of the McDevitt Crusaders.
Fourth down for Bishop McDevitt, punting opportunity. Oh. I think that ball got tipped, so that's why it's not going to be roughing the kicker.
As you see the official, that's as soon as he said it.
It got tipped. They allowed to hit him.
Yep. Once the ball's tipped, that negates all that. Now, let's talk about it. Big stop. Big stop for the Colts. Now, the problem is they're fighting against the clock. We don't know what the time is necessarily. Yep, tip ball.
Yeah, that was tipped.
But they want it. If they're going to score, they have to get in the end zone pretty quickly, and they got to make up a lot of ground to do it.
The sun was shining. As I looked at it, it was Jordan Styles, I think, came in and make the.
Yep. He's having a whale of a game.
He is having a great game today.
So now I would imagine that you're seeing the officials. 4:11 left. We were able to get that time. So 4:11, you would imagine that Cedar Cliff's quarterback as well as the coaching staff, they know exactly how much time is on the clock, and they're going to stay in the ear of the officials to make sure that the quarterback knows what time he has to work with.
Grant Bitterman's pass connects to Noah Malone across the 35-yard line. They probably be in a little bit of hurry up here. He got that ball out quick as he needed to. Not a whole lot of hurry up here, though.
No, and that's surprising because this clock's still going. They're running the clock starting right now, so they definitely want to get up to the line of scrimmage and see if they can conserve that clock because they're fighting against not only Bishop McDevitt and being down 42-33, but also the clock that they can't actually see.
Brenneman's rolling to his right, looking downfield. Artis Payne chasing after him. He's going to drag him down, make it great. Boy, I tell you what, the pursuit by Greg Artis Payne was incredible.
Yeah, but Brenneman gets close
got away,
to first
though.
down.
Yeah, he got close to first down.
So I don't think he's going to move the chains, but he'll be
shy
very
of maybe
close.
what, 1 or 2, call it.
Yep.
That far side of the field there. Boy, that hurts when you get tackled from behind like that. It always snaps down on your ankle and your Achilles. And you saw Brenneman coming up just a little bit, like you could tell it hurts.
That's the thing, being tackled, sometimes you get tackled awkwardly many ways, and yeah, you get little nicks and bruises on your legs, and I mean, that's part of football. Brenneman knows that. But again, you see a good defensive effort on the play by Payne.
Jaden Demme to the left side.
Demi's able to get that first down. And you see
picked it up.
Viller, 6'3", 262 pounds, leading the way. And I'll tell you, I've seen that play several times, and it always goes for positive yards. I mean, the problem is you're fighting against the clock, so being able to run it consistently now is a problem, and it turned into an aerial affair for this game for the most part.
Brenneman's pass is complete to Vita. Take a look again here on our Brenneman to Malone. Malone bouncing it out here. And Kobe White holding on for dear life, brings him down.
It's first down, though.
And that moved the chains. First down, the ball spot on the 38.
Here's pressure.
Low snap again, a lot of pressure. Wasn't much he could do.
And again, when you have a low snap and you have that pressure coming, it takes your eyes off the receivers, and you got to go down and get the ball. So in that sense, Brenneman has to go down, and right there he comes up, sees pressure in his face. It sets your whole rhythm off for the quarterback. So again, this is like the 4th time we've seen that, if not more, throughout this game with that low snap coming up from the center.
Jenkins and Artis Payne came up to make the sack. We got a timeout, and I think that's Cedar Cliff timeout. With 2 minutes, 36 seconds in the 4th quarter to play, and Cedar Cliff really going to have to go to the hurry up here. See them here. I tell you what, it got warmer real fast, and you see that water going down pretty quick.
It definitely has to, and it did. I mean, still, I think good day temperature-wise for football.
Oh, for football, nice.
It's perfect. I mean, the sun is out, but it's definitely better than when it was really wet.
Yes.
Per se, because you get that cold rain on you. But right now you get a chance to see the cheerleaders and the fans for Bishop McDevitt, and the work that's been put in to come into today and bring the game to you fans at home from last night. So 2 days covered, one game, and it's been a doozy. It's been a good game once again. 42-33. You get a chance to see Bishop McDevitt is up on Cedar Cliff. Both have played amazing offensive games.
Second down, 15. Brenneman looking downfield. He really didn't have anyone open, so he's going to have to throw it away. Good decision. Good decision.
And I think sometimes on rollouts, because you don't want your quarterback to throw across his body a lot, because usually that's a no throw. But many times on rollouts, if you cover the first, second option, it's pretty. It kind of takes a section of more than half the field is out of the picture. So you use the boundary, and if you don't got the first option or second option, but we have seen Cedar Cliff has some success with it though. But right now, McDevitt is seen to adjust and not giving the receiver and the quarterback any time.
Third down for Brenneman. Brenneman looking over the foot. He connects to Noah. Malone has the ball down to the 10-yard line. What a beautiful hookup. And Cedar Cliff is in hurry up at this point, and running up to the ball.
This was a brilliant design play by the coaching staff where they show rollout to the right, but they have a receiver coming down the seam on the left, takes a couple of steps like he's going to roll out, but then stands up, throws the ball deep downfield. Brilliant play design for Cedar Cliff.
Jaden Demme to carry. And Jenkins comes up to make the tackle. And it's going to be timeout Cedar Cliff. Under 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, 42-33.
SMX has immediate warehouse positions available at our Carlisle, Lewisberry, and Middlesex locations. Come apply with SMX at apply.smjobs.com. Immediate positions available on both day and night shifts. Pay starts at up to $12.75 an hour. That's apply.smjobs.com. SMX is an equal opportunity employer. Penn National Insurance and Inservco Insurance Services are teaming up to help all drivers feel secure. Drivers who text while driving are putting themselves and others in dangerous path. Don't text and drive. To feel more secure, read our driver safety tips by going to www.pennnationalinsurance.com. Driver safety comes first.
Welcome back, 42-33. Bishop McDevitt, Cedar Cliff with the ball. 2:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Second down and 13. Malone bounces off his hands. It's going to be intercepted. It's going to be taken down the sideline, across the 40. He's going to cut back to 50. He might take it to the house.
That's going to be a pick six, which could slam the door on this
That
game.
is a touchdown by Jackson. Jaquay Jackson. The ball was tipped by Malone in Bishop McDevitt territory, but there are flags down. There are flags down. Boy, oh boy. I mean, I tell you what, the fans here are
wow.
There was so much excitement in the stands, going crazy with what crowd has come back here to the Saturday afternoon game, ringing bells. But
now I do believe that Bishop McDevitt will get the ball. I think it was
yeah, they're going to call.
Yeah, I think they'll still get the ball for the interception, but
yeah, the ball, they definitely have the interception. The ball's going to be spotted, it looks like, at the 40-yard line. It's going to bring that touchdown back by Jackson.
It was a personal foul. Not sure.
It's a personal foul.
What happened?
Actually, it's going to march it back to the 25-yard line. It's going to give Bishop McDevitt the ball.
So it was after the interception. And you can see, like you said, the fans were not happy, but it will take the touchdown off of the board, but will give Bishop McDevitt the ball.
Give us to Robinson. Jaden Dimmy comes up to make the tackle. It's going to be a stoppage of play here.
Timeout on Cedar Cliff is going to take a timeout, see if they can preserve some clock.
You're still hearing the fans. You're still stirred up by that last call. We
Right.
we missed it. We didn't see what exactly happened, but
yeah, we're looking at the, you're seeing the run, the play downfield. And sometimes when you see on a return, sometimes you'll see maybe a illegal block or excessive celebration early, but, it may have been a legal block or holding or it could have been any one of those things. But, again, Bishop McDevitt does get the ball back, and that kind of, unless something can happen pretty quickly, that may seal the deal for this game, which has been, like I said, it's been an amazing contest between these two teams. I mean, they've weathered the clocks or the power situation very well, and they've come back. And again, when push comes to shove, it becomes football anyway. So and it's about them, and they make it about football. So you start to forget about everything else,
Second down for Bishop McDevitt. The ball given to Andre Robinson across the 30-yard line. The 40. He's going to break away. Cross the 10, staying on his feet. Touchdown, Andre Robinson. Welcome back, as the Crusaders say. My goodness.
And that's the nail in the coffin, and that's what he gives you, the ability to kind of break it. And you see him, offensive line doing his job. He does a really good cutback to get to the right side, and then once he's on the sideline, he goes north-south. You see the speed And Viti comes, he's running, but he's not able to bring him down. And you see the touchdown. Good run, good effort.
My goodness. You know, really kind of fitting nail in the coffin for him. I mean, it's been a long time back.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time back, and injuries are a part of it. But you see that he's ready to roll, and then just think you can get him back in the middle of the season.
Nixon's point after is good. We'll be back after these messages.
Pac Financial, helping local families build, manage, and protect their retirement savings. Do you have a game plan for retirement? Steve Marazzo is a local advisor who listens and cares. No account too small or large. Call Steve Marazzo at 564-6400. Ask about a free, no-obligation retirement projection. Did you know that Cleveland Brothers is much more than just earth-moving and construction machines? We're rental and standby generators, we're truck engine services, we're air compressors, we're global pumps, and so much more. Visit us at clevelandbrothers.com. True Vision Realtors is the most enthusiastic and innovative real estate firm in Central PA, offering multiple programs from for sale by owner to full service. They are locally family community.
Play of the game, but a Hoffman Ford player of the game.
Right. I mean, again, he's had a strong game back, and a fresh Robinson in the middle of the season really can power you, well. For the rest of your season. And then you look at Cedar Cliff, that this will put a loss on them, their second loss, but you can't look at this. They may have an opportunity to meet this McDevitt team again in the AAA playoffs. So, you're seeing this team, they'll go down with a loss, but right now, I don't see many teams that'll be able to put a loss on this. It won't be, right. Cedar Cliff will not be an easy out for anyone.
No,
I mean, they have a lot of quality play, good offensive line, good skill players, and they got an exceptional quarterback. I mean, you're talking about a kid that has grown up before our eyes and has shown us that he's a player.
Right.
And basically went toe-to-toe with a savvy veteran in Marsilio. So, I mean, you talk about this team, this Cedar Cliff team, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with.
Well, Mixon's kick was returned by Tristan McDonald. He's brought down the ball. Will be spotted at the 35-yard line.
And we see Rodley Lolo, he comes out injured on the play. So I hope that young man is okay.
Miles Turner making the tackle on Demi. Demi getting up slow. He's been quite the workhorse today. Got to give that young man a lot of credit.
Both sides of the ball.
He's had a lot of tackles, double-digit tackles, and a lot of carries. You got to remember, they had carries Friday night and carries Saturday night.
I know.
Saturday is your recovery time. You know that football-wise. That's where you check your injuries Saturday morning. I mean, it's like they played two games in a way.
Especially the preparation. Maybe not physically 2 games, but the preparation. You get yourself up for the game.
Right.
And then only to have to and we talk about it being a restart. You got to try to get yourself back up again. To match where you were the day before. So that can be difficult, but these two teams did it very well, and they brought us a very, very good game.
Demi across the 40, stiff arms, going to bounce out the 47-yard line. 49-33, the Keystone matchup. It looks like it's going to go McDevitt's way. It's going to keep them undefeated. That's going to be Cedar Cliff's second loss, but as you said, Jerome, they're not an easy out. There's a lot of exciting football to be played yet in this mid-season from this point on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you talk about the Mid-Penn, Lancaster, York leagues. I mean, Central Pennsylvania as a whole, football-wise, got a chance to show on display the talent level that both of these clubs have, and the talent level in the mid-state as a whole.
Brennan roll to his right. His pass is complete to Whalen. And right now it's just a kind of a quiet
Yeah, it did.
Over the
It
stadium
got very,
right
very
now.
quiet. I think many of the Cedar Cliff fans that did make it after that last touchdown, try to get out of here and head on home. And again, the Colts are going to regroup. Your goal is to regroup off of a loss. They did it very well in their first loss when they dropped the Penn Manor game, first game of the season, 27-20. Came back the next week, put up 55 points on Southwestern. Yeah. So, you saw their ability to regroup, and now they have to regroup for next week. You get McDevitt out the way. You definitely want to come away with a win, but you can't let that derail your season. Gear up for the next run. You know what I mean?
Right.
You keep your season going. For McDevitt, you come out of this pretty much with, hopefully injury-free. As much as everybody at this point in the season has nicks and bumps. So as long as you can avoid injury, you know that you have Robinson back. He's back to his self. So you got that.
But Brenneman may not be done yet with the pass. Great coverage on that side, on the right side, by number 17, Jerron Scott. He's a junior, 5'10". Incomplete pass. Deflected and broken up by Scott.
And I'm thinking we're probably under a minute now for the end of this game. And this is 4th down for Cedar Cliff right here. So if they don't get the first down, and I think
Bishop McDevitt could take a knee and pick up another W. Demi with the carry. Demi finding a lot of daylight. He's going to bounce out to the 30. He has not done yet either. That's going to be a first down, move the chains.
Yeah, good running for him. He's not giving up, and that'll be
That's going to be it. Bishop McDevitt, 49, Cedar Cliff, 33. We had a very heavy battle. We're going to go down to the field with our post game, our Hoffman Ford player of the game coming up. It's Andre Robinson. Jerome will head down to the field, and we'll have more after these messages.
HoffmanFord.com, turning the World Wide Web into the World Wide Wow. Find the newer pre-owned Ford you want right now from your computer. Shop online 24/7, 365. And our exclusive inventory is updated daily. With hundreds of new and used vehicles, you're sure to find the one that clicks. Hoffman Ford, Harrisburg's premium Ford dealer for 60 years. Click on or come by.
Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships is proud to support high school sports live. And we've been serving Central PA for over 93 years. We have everything that you're looking for. Great customer service, great pricing and selection, an excellent service department for the life of your vehicle. All at the Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 93 years.
No matter the season, when it's time to gear up, you've got to get to Kelly's Sports. Kelly's Sports. Top quality sports equipment for the field, the rink, the court, and more. Matched with the experience and knowledge to help you get the winning edge. Plus all the latest styles from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. And the large selection of name brand athletic footwear. Local sports team members get 10% off all purchases. Kelly's Sports. In the High Point Commons, Harrisburg. Or visit online at kellysports.com.
Ruff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Ruff Tractor celebrates its 55th year in business, serving the total sales, rental parts, and service needs of its customers. Ruff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, featuring the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Ruff also offers 24/7 job site support. Ruff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Welcome back to the True Vision Realtors post game. And we'll be standing by for a moment with our Hoffman Ford player of the game. And Jerome Presley will have Andre Robinson, who just had an awesome day, 5 touchdowns, and he's welcome back. Let's go down to the field now with our Hoffman Ford player of the game, Jerome Presley and Andre Robinson. Looks like we're having a little trouble with Jerome and Andre Robinson for that moment as we get to Mike. But Andre Robinson had a beautiful day, a wonderful day here. And you're seeing the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders stand by. They're going to go undefeated in the Keystone Division. And right now they're feeling very confident about what they're doing this year and what this season is. They had a test today with Cedar Cliff. But Cedar Cliff came and gave them all that they could handle. But Cedar Cliff, as Jerome said, will not be an easy out. Let's go back down to the field with our Hoffman Ford player of the game, Andre Robinson and Jerome Presley. Jerome?
I'm here with the Hoffman Ford player of the game, Andre Robinson. First, Andre, how does it feel to be back?
Feels great. I miss playing with my boys. It was a good team win. There was a little bit of adversity with the lights and everything that went on Friday, but we came out and we got the win against a great team. And we're happy we're going to get back on the drawing board on Tuesday.
Well, you talked about the lights and the mechanical difficulties. As an athlete, getting yourself up for a homecoming game the night before and then coming into another day, how do you prepare yourself for that switch?
Yeah, it's just not a good setup. You know, we were all mentally focused to play Friday night, had that in our heads and everything, and then to go home, sleep, come back in late too, not in the morning or at noontime or anything. It was adversity, and I thought we responded pretty well to it, even though they stuck with us for a little while. We responded to the adversity very well.
And there you have it, Hoffman Ford player of the game, Andre Robinson, first game back from the beginning of the season, has a monster game today against Cedar Cliff. Back to you.
Thank you, Jerome. That was Andre Robinson.
Congratulations,
Hoffman Ford player of the game. He deserves it. Welcome back, Andre. Bishop McDevitt coming away with a victory today, and they had to do this twice. They had to do this twice. 49-33, Bishop McDevitt comes away with the victory. Cedar Cliff walks off. You could tell they're a bit upset. They really came with all that they have today. But now let's take an opportunity to look at our highlights from Friday night and Saturday night. Bishop McDevitt has the ball Friday night, and that's Jenkins. 3-play drive, touchdown. He's not touched until he gets in the end zone. Andre Robinson come back with his second touchdown, or his first touchdown of the night. Bounces back, and they go up 14-0. But not yet. Today, Saturday, fumble sets up this touchdown by Brenneman to Malone, and then Marcillo comes back and connects with Hall, who had a very busy day receiving, but not done yet for Cedar Cliff. Beautiful slant thrown to Malone. Malone is untouched as he goes 85 yards into the end zone, and his score at that time was 28-21. Nobody wanted to go anywhere. Back and forth it was. Marcillo back, rolls out, sets up a beautiful play as he's being tackled by his ankles, hits Callie for a touchdown. But look at this pass by Brenneman. Over the shoulder, great coverage, but still, beautiful catch. Vita from Brenneman. Look at Brenneman roll out here. Connects to Jaden Demme for a touchdown. And a score at that time, 35-33, but big play. Point after was blocked. Marcillo gets another opportunity. He connects with so many different receivers today. Cortez. And then on the other side, back here to Lobar. And the score ends up 49-33, but not without plenty of action. 2-point conversion by Brenneman was no good as he rolled out. Good coverage. And then Kobe White comes back. And right there, Kobe goes into the end zone with his speed. But Andre Robinson makes a beautiful play. Not touched. Bounces out. Races down the sideline to put the nail in the coffin. And that's why he's our Hoffman Ford player of the game. We had just an awesome day. Turned out to be beautiful here. But our next game, our next broadcast, Red Lion at Central York, October 17th, 7 o'clock p.m. It's going to be a great York County matchup. In High School Sports Live and ABC 27 bringing you great games. I'm Todd McCall for Jerome Presley and all the Invicta staff. We want to thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful Saturday afternoon.